Imagine waking up tomorrow. You open your banking app, and you see money came in while you were asleep. Not because you won the lottery, not because you got lucky, not because of some overnight success story, but because somewhere in the world, someone paid you for a problem you knew how to solve. Now imagine the opposite. You wake up, check your phone, another work email, another meeting, another deadline, and deep down, you already know how the day ends, busy, tired, and still feeling like you're not moving closer to the life you want. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Two people can be equally intelligent, they can work equally hard, they can have similar backgrounds, yet one slowly creates more freedom, while the other feels trapped. Why? Because they are playing two completely different games. Meet Alex. Alex was the person every parent wanted their child to become. He studied hard, never missed deadlines, stayed up late preparing, while others were relaxing. He graduated near the top of his class. When he got a stable corporate job, everyone celebrated. "This is it," they said. "You made it." And for a while, it felt true. The first paycheck felt amazing. The first promotion felt even better. But, slowly, something changed. Every salary increase disappeared into bigger expenses. A nicer apartment, higher bills, a more expensive lifestyle. The strange thing was, the more Alex earned, the more he depended on earning. 5 years later, his salary had doubled. But his freedom hadn't. His calendar was full, his inbox never stopped, and he started wondering, is this really the success I was working toward? Then, AI started changing the conversation. Every week, there was another headline: automation, new software, companies changing how work gets done. Alex wasn't sure whether those changes affected him, but for the first time, he questioned something important. Was he building a career, or was he only building dependence on a paycheck? Now meet Maya. Her journey looked completely different. She changed direction several times, tried different jobs, started projects that failed. At one point, she was freelancing from her parents' dining table, sending proposals, getting rejected, trying again. Her first client paid less than she hoped. Her second project did not go well. She had plenty of reasons to quit. But instead of asking, "What is the perfect career?" she asked a different question. "What problem can I solve well enough that someone will gladly pay me for it?" That question changed everything. Instead of collecting only qualifications, she collected proof. Small projects became experience. Experience became trust. Trust became opportunities. Eventually, those opportunities became a business. Maya did not succeed because her journey was easier. She succeeded because she understood something most people never learn. The world does not only reward knowledge, it rewards useful results. And once you understand that, you start looking at work differently. For generations, the formula for success seemed simple. Study hard, get good grades, earn a degree, find a secure job, work hard, get promoted, retire someday. And for many people, that path created stability. Education and employment are not the problem. The problem is believing they are the only path, because the world that created this formula is not the same world we live in today. Years ago, information was difficult to access. Learning advanced skills often required expensive education or special opportunities. Today, information is everywhere. Courses, books, communities, tutorials, AI tools. Knowledge is easier to access than ever before, which means knowledge alone is no longer rare. Application is. Businesses do not pay people simply because they know something. They pay because that knowledge creates results. More customers, lower costs, better systems, smarter decisions, greater impact. The question is no longer, what do I know? The better question is, what problems can I solve with what I know? Because the market does not reward effort alone, it rewards value created. Imagine two people who want to learn marketing. The first person spends 4 years studying consumer psychology, advertising theory, business case studies. Exams, by the end, they know a lot. The second person spends 4 months helping a real business. They create campaigns, they test ideas, they make mistakes, they improve. Their first attempt might fail, the second attempt might only work a little better. But every result teaches them something a textbook cannot fully explain, because the market gives feedback differently. It does not give grades. It gives outcomes. If customers ignore your message, you learn. If a client does not return, you learn. If a strategy increases sales, you learn. The feedback is sometimes uncomfortable, but it is incredibly valuable. This is why some of the fastest growing people are not always the smartest people. They are the people willing to test ideas before they feel completely ready. They do not wait for perfect confidence. They build confidence through action. This does not mean ignoring education. Education matters. Learning matters. But learning becomes powerful when you combine it with doing. Read the book, then apply one idea. Watch the tutorial, then build something. Use AI to understand a concept, then use your own judgment to solve a real problem. Because skills do not become valuable when you understand them. They become valuable when they create results. And results create something even more important. Proof. Proof builds trust. Trust creates opportunities. And opportunities often matter more than perfect credentials. A certificate can show that you studied something, but a result shows that you can create something. A company does not only want someone who understands marketing, they want someone who can bring customers. They do not only want someone who knows programming, they want someone who can build useful systems. They do not only want someone who understands AI, they want someone who can use AI to solve problems. The question changes from, what qualifications do I have, to, what evidence do I have that I can create value? One of the biggest career mistakes people make is chasing opportunities that look impressive, instead of choosing work that matches how they naturally create value. Success is not only about working harder, it is about working in a way where your strengths become useful. Most high performers tend to create value in one of four ways. These are not personality tests. They are simply different ways people contribute. The first type is the builder. Builders turn ideas into reality. They create websites, edit videos, write software, design products, build systems, create automations. When someone says, "I have an idea," the builder thinks, "Great, how do we build it?" They enjoy creating something that did not exist before. The second type is the analyst. Analysts love solving puzzles. They ask, "Why is this happening?" They look for patterns. They organize information. They improve systems. They make complicated things easier to understand. In business, great analysts can save companies time, money, and unnecessary mistakes. The third type is the communicator. Communicators create understanding and trust. They write, teach, sell, negotiate, explain difficult ideas clearly. They understand something important. People do not only buy products, they buy confidence. They buy clarity. They buy trust. The fourth type is the operator. Operators create order from chaos. They manage projects, build processes, coordinate teams, keep important things moving, while others are creating ideas. Operators make sure those ideas actually become reality. Every successful company needs them, even if they are not always the most visible people in the room. Here is the important part. These categories are not permanent boxes. The most valuable people often combine multiple strengths. A designer who learns sales becomes more powerful. A programmer who understands business solves better problems. A marketer who understands AI can create more impact with less effort. The goal is not to find one perfect label. The goal is to understand where you naturally create value, then build supporting skills around it. That is where leverage begins. Most people think success works like this: learn, get a job, wait, get promoted, repeat. Sometimes that works. But high performers often follow a different cycle. It looks like this: learn, apply, measure, improve, increase your value, repeat. First, learn, not forever, just enough to become useful. The goal is not to collect information endlessly. The goal is to gain enough understanding to create something valuable. Next, apply. Find a real problem. Help someone solve it, even if the project is small. Then, measure. What worked? What failed? What could improve? Because every attempt gives you information. Then, improve. Sharpen the skill. Improve the process. Increase the quality. Better results create stronger proof. Stronger proof creates better opportunities. Better opportunities allow you to create even more value. And the cycle continues. Learn, apply, measure, improve, increase your value, repeat. The biggest difference? Successful people do not wait until they feel ready. They become ready by creating results. Let's make this practical. Meet Daniel. Daniel works in customer support. It is not a glamorous job, but he is good at it. Every day, he answers similar questions, solves similar problems, and follows similar processes. One day, he notices something. His team spends hours answering the same customer questions again and again. Instead of complaining, he gets curious. He starts experimenting with AI tools. He creates a simple internal chatbot that helps draft responses for common issues. It is not perfect, but it saves the team hours every week, and response times improved by nearly 30%. Daniel did not become valuable because he knew every AI tool. He became valuable because he solved a real problem. The technology helped, but his judgment mattered. His understanding of the workflow mattered. His willingness to experiment mattered. That is the difference. The people creating opportunities today are not simply the people using the newest technology. They are the people who combine technology with human understanding. Because tools will continue changing, but the ability to solve meaningful problems will always matter. And this leads to the biggest question of the AI era. If artificial intelligence keeps becoming more powerful, what skills will actually matter? The answer is not that AI replaces everyone. The answer is much more interesting. The people who benefit most are learning how to work with it. Every major technological change creates the same reaction: fear. When machines entered factories, people worried about losing jobs. When computers entered offices, people worried about becoming irrelevant. When the internet changed business, many people believed traditional work would disappear. And some things did change. Some jobs disappeared, some industries transformed, but something else happened too. New opportunities were created, new skills became valuable, new businesses were built. AI is no different. The question is not, will AI change work? It already has. The better question is, what becomes more valuable when AI handles the repetitive parts? Think about a photographer. AI can improve images, remove backgrounds, enhance colors, organize thousands of files. But a client is not only paying for edited pixels. They are paying for someone who understands their vision, someone who knows what moment matters, someone they trust. Now, think about a consultant. AI can summarize reports, analyze information, create drafts, but deciding which problem actually matters and convincing people to take action still requires human judgment. The future is not about humans competing against AI. It is about humans combining with AI. The people creating the most value will combine three things: human judgment, human creativity, machine speed. That combination creates leverage. Imagine spending 3 hours creating a presentation. AI can reduce that process. Now, those saved hours can go toward thinking about strategy, improving the message, understanding the customer, making better decisions. The tool saves time, the human creates value. And as technology becomes more powerful, that difference becomes even more important. Let's return to Alex. For years, Alex believed success meant climbing higher on the traditional ladder, work harder, stay longer, wait for the next promotion, hope that one day freedom would finally arrive. His plan was not wrong. It was simply the only plan he had ever been shown. But then, something changed. He stopped asking, "How do I get ahead?" and started asking, "How can I become more valuable?" instead of only completing tasks. Alex started looking for problems. He noticed repetitive processes. He learned new tools. He experimented with automation. He found ways to help his team work faster. Slowly, something changed. He was no longer just someone doing a job. He became someone who created improvements, and that difference changed how people saw him. Alex and Maya were not successful because one worked harder than the other. They simply asked different questions. Alex asked, "Who will hire me?" Maya asked, "Who can I help?" Alex focused on his resume. Maya focused on her reputation. Alex measured progress through promotions. Maya measured progress through results. Over time, those small differences created very different outcomes, because careers often reward consistency, but markets reward value. And those two things are not always the same. Here is the biggest lie about success. Many people are taught, work harder, stay longer, be loyal. Eventually, you will be rewarded. And effort does matter, discipline matters, education matters, but effort alone does not determine value. Value comes from solving problems that people genuinely care about. The bigger the problem, the harder the solution is to find. The greater the impact, the more valuable the contribution becomes. This is why two people can work equally hard, but experience completely different outcomes. One person is mainly paid for time, the other is paid for results. Neither path is automatically better. Both can create meaningful careers, but understanding the difference gives you more choices, because when you become someone who consistently creates value, you create more opportunities for yourself. You do not need to quit your job tomorrow. You do not need to become an entrepreneur. You do not need to chase every new trend. Start with one better question. Instead of asking, what career is safest? Ask, what skill can I build that helps other people achieve something they could not easily achieve themselves? Maybe it is writing, design, programming, sales, teaching, marketing, operations, leadership. The specific skill matters less than your commitment to becoming better at it. Then, test your skill. Build something. Help someone. Ask for feedback. Improve. Repeat. Small experiments create experience. Experience creates proof. Proof creates trust. And trust creates opportunities. You do not need to predict the future. You need to become someone who can adapt to it. 10 years from now, the people who thrive probably will not be the people who collected the most certificates. They will be the people who kept learning, kept adapting, and kept creating value as the world changed. Because technology will continue evolving, industries will continue changing. The tools we use today may look completely different tomorrow, but one thing will remain true. People will always need someone who can solve meaningful problems. Become that person. Not overnight, not without effort, but through steady improvement. One skill, one project, one solved problem at a time. So, maybe the question was never, how do I make my first $10,000 a month? Maybe the better question is, who do I need to become? So, creating $10,000 worth of value becomes normal. Because, when you focus on becoming more valuable, income becomes a result of the value you create. Not something you chase, something that follows. If this video changed the way you think about success, share it with someone who is working hard but feels like they are running in place. And if you want practical strategies for building valuable skills, using AI effectively, and creating more opportunities in the modern economy, subscribe, because that is exactly what we will explore next.